I'm going to need to make an extension class real quick so that I can easily destroy transform children. So under my scripts, I'm going to make a new folder and I'll call it utilities. And I'm going to make a new script. I'm going to call it ext for extension and then transforms. Then I will open that script up. I'm going to erase everything I have in this file we just made. I'll make a public static class. I'm going to call it transforms. I'm going to make a public static void. I'm going to call it destroy children. And it's going to take in this transform t. Make sure you type out transform, not transforms. Now I'm going to do bool for boolean, and it will be destroy immediately, and by default it will be set to false. It's not recognizing this type because I don't have using Unity engine, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that in. And now I'm going to write the logic for each transform child and collection t. If destroy immediately, I'm going to call mono behavior dot destroy immediate child. Actually, I meant to type in child. I called it transform, but I'm going to call it child. There we go. Else mono behavior dot destroy child. You may not have to pass in the mono behavior class name. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It just depends on which version of Unity and C# you're using. So now I'm going to head over to my room listings menu, and under on join room, where I show the current room canvas, I'm also going to destroy the content or the children underneath the content. So I'm going to do underscore content dot destroy children. And I'm going to jump over to player listings menu, where I will add public override void on left room. And then I'm going to call content.destroy children. So this will destroy the children for player listings when I leave the room, as the other one will destroy room listings when I join a room. And like before, I'm going to make sure on left room is empty. Looks like it is, so I can go ahead and remove that. And something I realized I missed, I actually have to go back to my extension transforms class here. And I don't want to destroy the child transform, I want to destroy the game object. So I'm just going to do .game object at the end of child. I didn't save. I'm going to go back to Unity. And I'm going to check something real quick here. Okay, so it looks like I have my menus linked up to the creator join room canvas. As you can see on the script here, I have my sub menus set up. But for current room canvas, I don't. So I'm going to have to set up those sub menus so I can access them from this script. So I'm going to go ahead and open current room canvas up. And I'm going to make a serialized field. This will be for the player listing menu. I'm going to call it underscore player listing menu. I should say player listings menu. There we go, with an S on the end. I'm going to make another one. I'm going to call it private. We'll call it leave room menu. And we don't actually have that class set up yet, so we'll make that next. And underscore leave room menu. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this class name here so we don't make any mistakes when we create it. And I'm going to save my script and then go back to Unity. I'm going to have an error in the consoles because that script doesn't exist yet. That's fine. I'm going to right click, create C# script. I'm going to paste in the leave room menu. Now open it up as soon as it's created. So I need a public void on click, and I'm going to do leave room as the name, and this is just going to be our action whenever they click the leave room button. So I'll do Photon network, and I'm going to require the namespace photon.pun. I'll do dot leave room. You have two options here. You can leave without any parameter, or do you have become inactive, which I'm going to set to true. That basically means that you're intentionally leaving and you don't want the player timed out thing to wait for you. And like my other classes, I need a first initialize, so public void first initialize, and then I'm going to take in the canvas rums canvases, and I'm going to call it canvases. I'm actually going to move this up above the on click just because that's how I prefer it. And I'm going to set a private field here of rooms canvases type underscore rooms canvases. Wow, if I could type, that'd be great. There we go. So I'm going to assign rooms canvases to canvases. And then when on click leave room is called, I'm also going to reference the rooms canvas, and I will call current room canvas dot hide, which looks like I don't have that set up yet, so I will have to take care of that in a moment. And let's do canvases instead of canvas on the name there. Alright, so now I'm going to go over to current room canvas, my script here. I do have a hide, it's just set to private, so I'm going to make it public. And go back to the leave room menu, make sure it accepts that, and looks like we're good there. Like before, what I did with the room listing canvases, I'm going to initialize the leave room menu as well the player listing menu, except I'm going to do it from the current room canvas. So under first initialize, I'm going to do player listings menu dot first initialize. Looks like that one doesn't have one set up yet, so I'll have to make one for that. In the meantime, I'm just going to leave it as is. Now I'll do leave room menu dot first initialize, and I'm going to pass in canvases. So let me hop over to my player listings menu. Where is that at? Doesn't look like it's up just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and jump to it here. And then I'm going to add the first initialize in. And again, like before, it's going to take rooms, canvases, canvases. I'm going to make a private field like before. And then I will assign it under first initialize. I'm not actually using this at this time, but just down the road I might. So I'm going to, get all my things set up, and if I don't need it later, I'll take it out. And I just jumped back to current room canvas, and then I passed in the parameter to the first initialize for the player listing menu. One more thing we'll have to do is head over to the test connect script, and where I have on connected to master, we want to join the lobby only if we aren't in the lobby yet. Whenever you leave a room, this will get called and it'll try to join the lobby a second time, and you will get 2 join messages, which can create problems. So before the join lobby, I'm going to do if photon network dot in lobby, and just inverse that. So if not in lobby, call photon network dot join lobby. So now I need to go hook up the button real quick. So I'm going to go to Unity. I'm going to go to my current room canvas and then leave room. I don't have any scripts on here, but this is where I'm going to put my leave room menu. So I'm going to add menu onto the end of that. I'm going to go down to add component, and I'll add on leave room menu, and I'm just going to drag it up to the top here. And then I'm going to take that script and then drag it into the on click for the button. And for no function, I'm going to go to leave room menu, on click, leave room, and then save my scene. It actually, I'm pretty sure there's another reference I have to set up here under current room canvas. I didn't add in the leave room menu or the player listing menu. So go ahead and select your current room canvas object and drag those 2 menus into their proper slots. And then again, save your scene. I have another executable already built, and I have a room created, so I'm just going to hit play in my editor, where I will join the room as soon as it comes up. Okay, I see both players in there, that's good. I'm going to hit leave room. Alright, so it looks like it's adding duplicates for some reason, so we'll check that on a second. Let's make sure that the players aren't being duplicated though. So we do still see the proper amount of players. So the only thing we have to take a look at is why the rooms are duplicating. It looks like they only duplicated once. So we're going to have to take a look and see what could be going on with that. Okay, so after some testing, I believe what's going on is that it's receiving the initial list as we saw it before we joined the room. And then when we leave the room and then go back to the lobby, it's updating the amount of players in the room, and thus why you're getting another room list update. So it's just a little bit of latency issues going on. So we're going to do to fix that is just check if the room listing has been added before we add it to our listings. And if it has been added, we're just going to update the information. And if it hasn't, then we're going to add it as a new entry. So all I'm going to do to remedy this is check if a room listing exists on a collection by the same name as what's going to be inside info. So to do that, I'll just do int index equals, and I'll reference my listings collection dot find index. I'll do x.roominfo, which is a public field on the room listing script, dot name equals info.name. And like before, if index equals -1, then nothing was found, in which case we will go ahead and instantiate a new listing and add it to our collection. And if you wanted to modify the listing with the updated information, you would just do else and then modify listing here. So for example, it would be like listings index dot do whatever. So now I'm going to jump back to Unity and make sure that's working. I have 2 rooms created like before, or 2 executables running, and I'm launching in play mode where I should see both of those pop up. I do, so I'm going to go ahead and join and then leave, and nothing happened. That's because I did not clear out the listing array whenever I left. So whenever I destroy the children when I join a room, I should also clear out the listings. Alright, so I'm going to make that change and go back to Unity and give it another shot. Perfect. Okay, so we are good to go on that, and everything seems to be cleaning up nicely. So with that said, we'll go ahead and move on to the next video where we'll talk about different ways to start a game.